Have you ever been in a situation where you are traveling or shopping online and suddenly you are like, wait, how much is this actually in my currency? Today we are going to make that super simple. We are building our very own currency converter app from scratch in SwiftUI. This is one of those projects that's not only useful, but also pretty cool to say you made it yourself. If you are just getting into Swift or you've got a bit of experience, this tutorial will have you leveling up in no time. We'll cover all the essentials in one go, taking user input, fetching real-time exchange rates from an API, and putting it all together in clean, smooth SwiftUI interface. By the end, you'll have a fully functional app on your phone. Not only that, but you'll know how to work with SwiftUI, handle live data, and create user-friendly inputs and outputs. So, if you are ready, grab a coffee or whatever keeps you going, fire up Xcode, and let's make this happen. And hey, if you are into hands-on project like this, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next one. So, open up your Xcode as I did and create a new project. So select iOS app and then currency converter and just like currency converter. So make sure that interface is set to SwiftUI and the language set to Swift. Hit the next and hit the create. So it creates for us. We use MVVM architecture pattern here for this app. So in my currency converter, I use this shortcut, but you can also right click on it and create new group, new folder here. I just make this with command option and N. So this goes for models. And here we have a new model here, naming that exchange rates. Exchange rates. So here we import foundation. Then this model representing individual exchange rates. So struct exchange rate or rate. Yep. And this is codable. The codable confirms that encodable and decodable. You can just you can have decodable and encodable together, but for the simple matters, I just use decodable. So here we have a let currency. This is a string type, like USD, Euro, or whatever else you are in your mind, and let rate, and this is a double, and this is the exchange rate value. So here, and after that, we want to represent a model for decoding the full API response. As I said API response, we are going to use the exchange rate API here. And if you are going to documentation and standard response, you can see we are just getting all the conversion rates and we have base code here. So here we have all this and we want to convert the conversions rates into our model. So here we have the struct, yep, exchange rate response, and this is also codable. And we have we have a dictionary from string and double. So the string and the key is the currency name, USD, Euro, or something else, and the double is gonna be the value of exchange rate. So here, conversions rate, and this is gonna be a string. Then this is double. This is a dictionary for us, and we want to map the API response conversions on the long rates. So here we have enum coding keys. Yep, that's it. Coding string and coding keys. So case. Exactly. The in Apple Intelligence works for us. So we have case here, conversion rates, and this is equal to conversion underline rates. This is our model. So this is so simple. And we are going to dive into our view model here. So again, I want to create a new folder here. So view models, then a Swift file. This is gonna be a currency converter view model. So currency converter view model. This is good. So again, we import foundation. So this class, this is the final class or class currency converter view model. So here it goes. And this is the main actor. So main actor ensures that every changes in our value in our view model makes happen in the UI, make changes in the UI and on the main thread. So our view model is gonna be confirmed to observable object here. So we can check the app can track the changes in our values in our variables. So here we have the amount that the this is gonna be for the amount that the users inputs. So I published variable amount. This is type of string and it is equal to an empty string. Then we have the base currency here, the from currency that users want to convert. So variable base currency. This is a string, and this is equal to USD. And again, we have the target currency, and this is the euro for the default. So here it goes. And we have a decimal precision. So this is for the user's input that precise the decimal places. So publish variable decimal places. This is an integer and equals to 2. Then we have converted amount, the result that we're gonna show the users. So I publish variable converted amount. This is a string type. For now, this is an empty string. So, and after that, we have the exchange rates that we are want to store it when we call the API and get a response. We're gonna store it in that exchange rates variable. So add published again, published variable exchange rates, and this is a dictionary of string and double. This is good. And after that, we have is loading an error message for the for defining the state of the UI. So, yep, published variable is loading or false, and published variable error message. This is an optional string, and for now it is equal to init. So here it goes. This is good. So here we want to define our URL, our API URL, and our API key. So first of all, we're gonna look at the documentation of the exchange rate. So as you can see, the URL for API that we're gonna call, this is it, v6.exchangerateapi.com/v6, your API key /latest/USD or target currency. So base currency, sorry about that. And we're gonna use the conversion rates. So Here, if I go to exchange rates, you can simply get your free key here by just adding your email address, and then you have to input your password. So I just this is so simple. There is no a complex thing here. So I have done it. So this is my API key here. So I got private let API key here, and this is my API key. And again, private let base URL equal to this one here. Let me just see. Tax overview. I'm just going to copy and paste this one. So from the slash, yep, here. Okay, we have the base URL here. So we have to create a function for fetching exchange rates. So this fetching exchange rates is invokes asynchronously and get the data from the API. So here's function for fetch exchange rates, and this is an async function. Exchange, yep, this is an async function. So first of all, whenever we want to fetch the exchange rate, we want to block the block or not. Uh, Show the state of loading to the user. So A is loading, first of all, is equal to true. Then we're gonna say the error message equals to nil. Then we have a let URL string. It is equal to string manipulation base URL. Then we have a slash. Then we have our API key. Then we have lay test, and then we have USD. So this is our URL string. Then we have to check if the URL is valid. So guard let, exactly like this, guard let URL equal to URL string from the string and URL string. And if else, we're gonna say the error message is invalid URL is loading equals false and return the function. So this is good. Then we have do and catch block here. It is dissimilar from with try and catch block in other programming languages. So here we want to attempt to fetch data. So let data and nothing, and we're gonna try await URL session shared dot data from URL. So this is gonna fetch our data. And we want to decode the results, and we want to decode the data with our model that we have here, exchange rate response. So here, this is a let result equal to try, and we're gonna use JSON decoder that decode, and the type would be exchange rate response self, and we're gonna pass the data here. So let me just see self. This is good, and from data. Okay, this is good. And if it succeeds, we're gonna use the exchange rate equal to result pod exchange rates. That is good. And here, let me just see. Oh, this is the conversion rates. Yeah, this is good. And we have for the cat, we have the error message here equal to failed to fetch rates. And we're gonna use the error that localize description here. So this is good. And at the end, we're gonna use the is loading equals false. So we have it. And if you wonder how we're gonna fetch the how we want to invoke this fetch exchange rate. So we have two ways to do that. First of all, in our SwiftUI code, we can have the unappear modifier in our view. When our view is appeared, we're gonna invoke it, and we can invoke this function and call this function. Or the simple way is to invoke it or call it in a init function. So this is the init for this class. So in the task, we're gonna wait for fetch exchange rates. That's good. And here we have the API response for the API exchange rates. So we want to convert the actual value, actual amount that user inputs from the currency base or from the currency to another currency. So we have the function for convert currency here. And here we have to validate the user's input data. So first of all, we want to validate that the user's input in the amount that we're gonna store it is a number or a double, and this is not, it is greater than 0. So we have guardlet amount value equal to double of amount, and amount value greater than 0. Else we want to convert, we want to say error message equal to please enter a valid numeric amount, and we're gonna return the function. So this is good. And then we want to validate that the base currency is different than target currency, because if these are the same, this is just the same result. So guard, between guard, base currency not equal to target currency, else we got to message error message equal to please, yep, that one good. Please choose two different currencies. And we're gonna return the function. After that, we're gonna fetch the rates for the selected base and target currency. So here guard with base rate equal to exchange rates, and we're gonna search for the base currency, and we're gonna let target rate equal to exchange rates and target currency here. Else we're gonna say that error message equal to conversion rate unavailable heap, and we're gonna return the function. So, and after that, when we have these base rate and target rate, we're gonna let rate, we're gonna calculate the conversion rate from the base to target. So yep, that's it. Target rate divided by rate, base rate. And then we have the let result equal to amount value multiplied by rate. This is good. And here we have converted amount equal to, we have a string, and we're gonna format, and here we have percent dot, and here we have decimal places for precise the decimal precision, and here after that we have f, and we have the result. So here we have format our strings, so whatever this is like, decimal places, for example 2, we have for example 10.00 or three zeros, decimal precisions. So this is good. And here we have our view model. Then we're gonna tackle to our contents view. So in our contents view, we have to create our, let me just make some space here, and I just wait for the canvas. So we're gonna first initialize our view model. So as state object, private variable of view model equal to currency view model, and we're gonna initialize it. So in our body, I just get rid of these ones. So in our body, we have a v stack with spacing of 20. Then we have a text that currency converter and font, and the font would be dot large title, and the font weight would be dot bold. So here it goes. This is good. Then we have a text field for the amount that the users want to input. So the text field here. So here we have enter amount. Then we have text. Then we want to bind our variable to it. So add view model. So this is the amount here. And we have a text field style would be rounded border, and the keyboard type dot decimal pad, and the padding will be dot horizontal. Good. We have the here. Let me just add a font to make it bigger. So font would be that line, for example, or title 3. Yeah, title 3 is good. So we have a stack for the pickers. So here we have the target picker. So base picker. Sorry about that. So from. Then we have the picker for the base currency here, and selection would be $view model dot base currency. And here we have for each for the elements of the forkit for the picker. So an array of view model dot exchange rates dot keys. As you remembered, we have a dictionary of the exchange rates that the keys is string and the value is the rate. So we want just keys, and for the ID, I just got self. So here it goes, and we have the currency in Then we have a text currency. This is good. And here for our picker, we have dot picker style modifier. We just want to say that menu, as this is right here. And for our HS type, we have padding dot horizontal. Again, this is the same for the target currency. So we have a text to, then again we have a picker, we have target currency, and again selection, $sign view model dot target currency. Then we have a for each, again array, array of view model dot exchange rate dot keys, and again ID self, yep, here, and we have currency in, and we have a text for currency. So what is going on here? Let me just see. Change it. iPhone with dynamic island. Let me just see. And then add it. Sorry about that. This is what. Yep. Oops. The X got crashed. So let me just open my Xcode here. Converter app, and let me just open the recent one. Yep, this is the one, and I wish it does not crash this time. So this happens. Things happens like this. And yep. Come on. Okay. Okay, now we have it. So for our picker, we have dot picker style. We have the menu option here. So here, again, we have a padding dot horizontal. So this is good, and we want to create a slider for the picker for the decimal places for our converter app. So here we have the stack. Then we have text for decimal precision, and this is the view model dot decimal places. This is 2, yep. And here we have a slider, and this is the, okay, this is the value. And here we have to create our own binding. So here we have binding. Then in our binding, let me just see. Yep. In our binding, we have a getter. So get. I don't know what's going on with my canvas. So here for our getter, we have a double, and we have to get the view model double view model dot decimal places, and for the set, we have view model dot decimal places equal to integer of the $0. $0 is the value that we receive from the sliders. So here it goes, and we have in. We just want to create 0 to 4, and we're gonna say the step is 1. Great, we have it, and we have a padding of that horizontal. So as you can see, the binding variable is fine, working now. Okay, and then here after our VStack, we're gonna create a button for the convert. So the action would be the view model dot convert amount. Convert. Sorry about that. Convert currency. This is our action. And for the label, we have the text. Convert. And the font would be the title 2. Title 2. The font weight would be that semi-bold. Let me just see, yep, semi-bold. So the frame and the max width would be that infinity. I don't know what's going on with my Xcode. Sorry to interrupt you. Sorry to um, make this happen, but I don't know what's going on. So, okay. So for our get, we have double of our view model that decimal places, and for the set, we have view model that decimal places equal to integer of the point. Okay, this is good, and I hope that not crash anymore. So 0 to 4 and step 1. And here we have a padding. Yep, padding and dot horizontal. So let's just make our button quickly. So action. Here we have view model dot convert currency here. And the label we have a text that goes for convert, and the font would be title 2. And the font weight would be dot semi-bold, and the frame would be dot max width would be dot infinity. So here it goes, and let me just unpause the preview here, make some space, and we are already we are near to finish this project. If the Xcode helps me and do not crash, of course. So I just want to wait for the Xcode preview here. Yep. Good. And here we have the padding modifier. Here we have a background for color touch blue. Then we have a foreground side that's white. Then we have corner radius of 10. And then we have a padding dot horizontal. Okay, we have it. So we want to show the error message if any error message has. So if let error message, yep, and we have a text for the error message, and the foreground started with dot red, and we have a padding for it, and then we have if view model dot is loading progress view here, and we fetch rates. So this is good. And here we have the padding for it. So we have it, I think. Yep. So here we just unwrap the optional error message value. If there is any error message, we want to show it as a text. Just so simple for this tutorial. You can use an alert modifier showing an alert for the error message, and if the view model is loading, we want to show you a progress view for the fetching rates. You can also block all the UI elements from the top if the error if the is loading is equal to true. You can just show the progress view fetching rates, and then you can show the uh, other elements in the UI, but for now, it's just a simple thing. So this is our app. Let me just build it and try it. So iPhone 16 Pro and comment with R. Let us see what happens. So build succeed. Thankfully. And here, yep. Let me just open it. Maximize it. So installing currency converter app into iPhone 16 Pro. In the meantime, I have a playlist full of Swift and SwiftUI tutorials that you can build various apps from, and you can learn a lot from it. So don't forget to check it out in my video on my YouTube channel. Sorry about that. I have a playlist for Swift and SwiftUI tutorials. Don't forget to check that. And if you like this video and if you want to see more, support me. This helps me a lot. Subscribe my channel, like this video, and share this video with your friends, and hit the bell for the notification. Thanks for that. I forgot to print out the converted amount here. So we have the conditions. So if not view model dot converted amount is empty, then we have text for the converted amount here, amount, and then string manipulation. So view model dot converted amount. So this is good. And for the styling, we want to just say font dot title 2. Then we have the font weight for the medium. Then we have a padding here. So this is good. Now let me just rerun the project here. I just forgot to take place the converted amount. So I don't know what is the bug in the simulator here, but I just have to stop it. So here fitting rates, good. So here we have $100 to euro and we want to convert it. So converted amount is 92 euros, 53. So if I increase the precisions, we have it. If I decrease it, we have it, and we have it. So here it goes. So if I change this to, for example, BDT, I don't know what it's this, and the euro to, for example, ILS. This is it. I don't know anything about these currencies, so I just play it around. And that's it. You just made a currency converter from scratch in SwiftUI. Seriously, that's awesome. Now you've got an app that's actually useful, plus you tackle real world coding stuff, getting data from an API, working with SwiftUI layouts, and handling user inputs. This is a perfect foundation for so many projects you'll want to try next. You've just covered a bunch of SwiftUI basics that can be reused in tons of apps, and that's huge. So, if this was helpful, give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe for more, and let me know in the comment if you customize it or ran into any tricky spots. Thanks for coding with me, and I'll see you in the next video.